My name's Manu. I am the National Vice President of Internal Affairs for Delta Kappa Delta, and I will be the incoming Vice President of the Membership Intake. I crossed in fall 15 at Texas Tech, our beta chapter. I graduated in 2019 with a major in psychology and a minor in biology, and I am currently applying to dental schools.
So my name is Lauren Barber. So I graduated with a bachelor's in psychology with a minor in Spanish from the University of Oklahoma. Across Spring 16, Alpha Chapter of Lambda Delta Psi.
Hi, my name is Kyler Larkin. I'm the Director of Risk Reduction for Alpha Sigma Rho Sorority Incorporated. And I crossed at University of Texas at San Antonio in fall 2017.
Okay, nice. What degrees did you graduate with?
I have a Bachelor's of Science in Public Health and a Bachelor's of Business Management.
Oh,
A Bachelor's of Business Administration in Management.
Okay, so I've always enjoyed being a part of things that are bigger than myself, organizations, and I really believe in giving back to the community and helping people. And DKD gave me the opportunity to do that in undergrad, and I felt that I had, skills to offer to our national board, and so I joined, and it's been a really amazing experience so far.
So originally it wasn't something I had planned on doing, not till like further on down the line. I just kind of wanted to be a part of our minor board to kind of like get some experience before jumping into national board. But at the time, transitions were happening, and they asked if there was any way if I could step up and help. So I decided to go ahead and move forward with it. And so I joined our national board for my first year as our secretary.
I actually attended our 2018 Chicago convention, and I really liked getting to know the older sisters there, the ones that had graduated or the ones that crossed years and years before me. And through that, I had also met the national board, the current and past national board, who encouraged me to run. And from there, those connections that I made, I kind of carried them throughout the years after that. And I spoke to them here and there. They offered me advice. And so by the time I graduated, when positions opened, I felt that I could fill those roles and I could offer my insight, and that I could help the organization and mentor the younger sisters and do the same thing that they did for me.
With difficulty for sure. Definitely have to use a planner and schedule my time out. But when you're doing something you love, it doesn't feel like something you have to do. It's something you enjoy doing, so I don't mind it at all.
It's gotten more difficult over the years because I've taken different positions within the organization. As secretary, it wasn't quite as time consuming, but I did VPI for 2 years, and then I'm currently serving as our president. So it has been getting a little bit more difficult to manage, but I always make sure that I focus on any like post-secondary like education that I'm putting myself through and putting that first, and then kind of organizing things accordingly. Like I still make sure to spend time with friends and family.
That's
and
good.
to work on like getting better prepared for the stuff that I want to do for the future.
I check my emails and messages once a day, and I'll set aside time or set aside my due dates for my schoolwork and other stuff that I have to do, and I set aside time during the week for when I have national board things. And also I have scheduled, if I have meetings, they're also scheduled. Everything that I do is pretty much, I'll schedule it in advance so that I have the time, and I'll communicate if I'm unable to do something. So there's a pretty good work-life balance for everyone on national board. And we have really good teamwork as well. So if one of us can't do something, then someone else will try and pick it up for the other person.
Last year, so I've been on national board, national council since graduating. So originally I was new membership intake director, as well as risk management and hazing director. For those, I would coordinate with our intake, and I also dealt with any low-level risk management hazing type situations. The year after that, this past year, I was National Vice President of Internal Affairs. So I dealt with a lot of high-level internal issues at the chapter level, as well as just affiliations, expulsions, probations.
Oh, that
I
sounds like
also
rough stuff.
oversaw like our directors and what else did I do? Yeah, I also rewrote some of our conduct policies, so dealing with like our constitution bylaws, updating those to make it flow a little bit better with our current system. And I also coordinated our collaboration with NAPA for RAIN training, which was sexual assaults, misconduct training. That's what that was. And
Currently, I serve as our national board president, and I work with other members of my NAT board, our secretary, treasurer, and both our VPI and VPE. So our vice president internal and vice president external, and we work to not only improve like the community around us by raising awareness for ovarian cancer. We do philanthropy every year. We make donations to our organization NOCC, and we also help promote any topics that our chapters want to talk about. So AAPI, we donated some stuff to some AAPI organizations. We also helped promote any awareness material that they were doing. So we like to be involved in the community as much as we can.
That's good.
And then we also make sure all of our chapters and colonies are running smoothly. We make sure they have the tools that they need to succeed, and we always look to continue in providing them other opportunities for improvement, or like incentives and rewards for doing well, not just in school, but with the organization as well.
So I'm the director of risk reduction, and what that means is I try to make sure that we are doing everything we can to present ourselves in the best light possible. It's essentially what I did as a vice president external when I was an undergrad, except more broad scale for all the chapters, as well as, so for example, one initiative that we have done is we, in collaboration with the other organizations on the National Asian Panhellenic Council, is we have RAIN training, which is it's a national sexual assault organization, and we make sure that they train our girls on how to handle those situations if they would come across other sisters that have been in those situations, unfortunately. And I myself train each of the chapters on policies that we have and that we have implemented in the past year, as well as what Title IX is, which is something that I myself didn't even know when I was an undergrad. I didn't know those things were available to me. So my job is kind of to connect them to those resources and to present us in the best light possible.
That's a good one. I'd say that for me personally, I joined DKD for the same reasons, and I'm still doing it for the same reasons. Being on national council has given me the opportunity to expand my circle even farther, get to know people that I would never have talked to otherwise, and it has given me a lot of leadership opportunity, and I really just enjoy being able to give back. For advice, I would say do it if you love it. If you love doing it, then definitely do it. Being on national council, it's definitely not for everyone, but if you have a drive to better yourself, your community, and the people around you, 100% do it.
For anyone who's in Greek, multicultural or otherwise, I think it's something that everyone needs to think about maybe every once in a while. Not only does it give you experience that you can use in the workplace, or if you don't want to use it for the workplace, maybe if you want to start like a nonprofit or just any ways of like helping to improve your community, it helps broaden connections, not just with those at your respective chapter or colony. It also helps broaden it with other members from other schools, helps give new points of view and other things that you wouldn't normally think about. So not only is it self-improvement for yourself and for like the schools around you, it's also a way to help promote growth through different ideas and different concepts that you wouldn't normally come across if you were just strictly regulated to what you would normally experience at your own respective chapter or colony.
National Board has given me a lot of experience that I don't think that a lot of skills that I feel will help me when I go out for a job in my field, I guess. So, for example, how to run training and development for a group of people. That's something that can be used across the board pretty much in any field. Or just things like that, little skills that you can learn, that you pick up. Mentorship from older sisters, I feel is very important because they've been here longer than I have. They have seen things that maybe they can help me out. They can teach me something. Because I'm someone that's all about learning. So the stuff that I learn, I want to teach that to someone else. I want to help them grow and develop as people. So I think that National Board would be a great opportunity if they have the time to try and do it.
You can follow our national Instagram, Delta Kappa Delta. My personal Instagram is my name's Manu. Yeah, other than that, no projects really. Just trying to get into dental school.
I've got an own project of my own right now. It's not currently ready to be revealed yet. It's something that me and some fellow members of our school are working on, and it's something that hopefully we can look to the future to not only help our members and members of our brother fraternity, but also maybe other members of other Greek orgs. So that's something that will eventually hopefully happen, but for right now it's just in the works.
Last but not least, would you like to shout out any platforms or projects you're working on?
Yes, so please follow all of the Alpha Sigma Rho Instagram handles. It's usually ASR at whatever school they're at. So TTU ASR, ASR UTSA, or UTSA ASR. Please follow us on Facebook. I believe we have a Twitter. And our national website will also have all this stuff listed.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler, for coming on and being on my, pretty much compilation video.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.